little disclaimer though, if you're here to actually find out if your man hates you, you already know the answer. Follow your gut and leave that man today. And if you're still in denial, I recommend all the things you don't tell your friends and family that he does, tell ChatGPT. Tell ChatGPT everything in excruciating detail, every criminal action that man has committed, and ask ChatGPT, with everything I've told you, is this abuse? If you're not gonna listen to me, you're gonna listen to that robot. Anyways, back to the video. I considered changing clothes so you guys could take me more seriously, but who's gonna fucking jump me? Not you. Oh, okay. What we're seeing now with women having babies with men that hate them isn't new. If it was new, a lot more people would have active fathers in their lives, being good partners, but that's not the case. I don't want to see any comments saying, that could never be me, because we've all seen what the universe is capable of doing. Don't jinx yourself. The humbling you've seen other people receive, don't let that be you. Let's not act like this is a new phenomenon. Men have been hating women for decades, but what we have been seeing a lot recently is celebrities, people that we have placed on the pedestal. Well, depends, but people that have been placed on the pedestal due to their talents and their skill set, suffering the same fate as other women. It's definitely polarizing news, because these are seen as high value women. I hate that term, high value. Shut the fuck up. Everyone has value. People just have different scales of success. Obviously, as people on the internet, we see signs before the pregnancies that this man hates her.
I don't give a fuck where you know, nigga. You think I give a fuck, nigga? Damn. You think I give a fuck where you know that, nigga? Nigga, do you know me, nigga?
And then a pregnancy happens, and it's like, how did this happen? Are you not seeing what we're seeing? But when you're in it, it's different. I wouldn't know. All I can assume is when people are in relationships, their common sense gets clouded by love and trust. Jesus Christ. Currently, the latest victim of a hateful man is Sky Jackson.
Look at what this man said. Like, y'all, this is such an embarrassment. Hopefully this was a fake page, but I went to that page. That's his page. So, were you hacked? Because you should be lucky that somebody wanted to be with your high yellow ass.
But Carrot Top done fixed his mouth to get on live and say that he's smoking on Cameron. Smoking on Cameron? Who? Diaz? Got to be. Ain't, because I just know damn well. I know you fucking lie. I know damn well. See, y'all gonna get enough you young women out here who got the world at y'all's fingertips. Y'all gonna get enough of trying to bring these Nilgrams to glory. Y'all gonna get enough. Stop. Kick him out. Put him in the street. Sky, put him in the street. Let that groupie hoe stargaze from outside.
What you mean you was running from the police? And then you almost got hit by a car. And then the police tackled you, and it's all on camera.
The whole time I've had empathy for this situation, especially I saw a TikTok of this girl saying that, he said, you guys need to understand, this guy has very similar features to Cameron Boyce. And when I looked at it, I was like, yeah, he has the freckles, like he's light, but he's like, he looks mixed and things like that. Like he's got the similar features. TikToker said that it's clear there's some elements of grief in her decision to pursue this man. And in my mind, I was like, that makes so much sense. I saw a video that said a lot of Sky Jacksons are laughing at Sky Jackson.
There was a lot of you who had children with men who have never even laid eyes on their kids. There's a lot of you who've had children with men who have been in and out of the prison system. There's a lot of you who had children with men who you later found out was laid up with other men while you were raising your children. There's a lot of you And I don't know if it's because Sky is considered famous. I don't know if it's because you believe that Sky is wealthy, that you think that she's exempt from making the mistakes that many of you have made within community. But I want you to understand something. If you really toting that protect black woman shit, if you really standing on protect and support her, do it in totality, even when you think she's being stupid. Pray for her, uplift her, give her advice, encourage her. But the things that y'all are doing is actually pitiful and disgraceful. And it's borderlining on comical, because while you being shady about her, she's living a story that you have lived. Where is that child's father today? Oh, okay.
It's a word. You guys need to have more grace for her and more grace for yourselves, because blaming yourselves for men being awful, I'll be real, shouldn't the blame be on the man? When was it the standard expectation that men are just horrible and women are the ones that are supposed to decipher if they're horrible human beings? Have you never been lied to in your life? I don't want to hear a single chuckle from a bitch still listening to R. Kelly. You're the bitch that doesn't have discernment. You would find yourself in this situation 10 times over because you like boundaries for a music artist that doesn't know you exist. You think you're going to have boundaries for a man that switches up on you while you're pregnant. So let's get into this video. Discernment, a lot of you do lack it. No offense. It's a skill you need to work at. I'm going to help you by listing, before you have that kid, does that man hate you? While you're in this relationship, enjoying the perks of having a companion, I need you to remember this could go left at any time. If they switch up on you, do not hold them down, because you are not a paperweight. You are a human being. Fucking leave. Me and ChatGPT, that's low-key my bestie, high-key my assistant. So obviously I pitched this video idea. I was like, is this too gossipy? Is this too blah 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 blah? And it's like, no, it's cool. Just don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But here's a list of, da 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 da. I'm gonna list a couple things, and I know I'm gonna get comments like, oh my god, this is common sense. It's because common sense runs in your household. Not everyone lives with you. I don't want to hear it every day. Oh, this is common sense. Have a crumb of empathy. You're succeeding in a class. You don't know other people are struggling with their times tables. Not everyone grew up like you. Relax with your ego. It's annoying. There's a million and one signs your man hates you. Not a man, your man. Because that's supposed to be your support system. Number one, if he's undermining your achievements, you're saying, oh my gosh, I just did this, I just did that. You know what? Let me give you an example. Remember when that happened? Haley became the Little Mermaid, and DGG became her biggest hater. He even wrote a diss track and released it. Undermining your partner's achievements, you're supposed to be their biggest fan. If I was Haley's partner, do you not think I would be dressed like a fish every single day? Another one we all know, weaponized incompetence. Weaponized incompetence, in my mind, that's also gaslighting. They go hand in hand. We've all experienced someone doing their worst work, providing it to you and being like, oh my days, what do you mean? Like, I really tried. I should knock your mother down the stairs. That is one of my biggest hatreds of people in general. When someone does weaponized incompetence with me, regardless of if it's a man, a woman, a friend, an acquaintance, you will never hear from me again. That will get you cut off immediately. I'm not talking to you about it. Oh my gosh, you know better. You know better. I hate that. Oh my days, like, why can't people communicate anymore? Da 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 da. No, you knew what you were doing. I would have never done that to you. That's the thing. That's how you know someone's disrespecting you. If you would have never done that to them, why are they doing it to you? And why are you putting up with it? The pictures I saw on TikTok, it was this girl. She said she asked her man for a boiled egg. You boiled the egg and then sliced it with the eggshell on top. And then she captioned it and she was like, should I break up with him? Oh, inconsistent communication. If that man is not making bread, why can't he text you back? Because I understand if you're going through your work day and you can't really talk. That's fine. Like, if you have the communication of, oh yeah, I'm going to be busy today. Like, I'll message you after work. Then cool. But he can't text you at all, all day. And it seems like he's only messaging you in the middle of the night. You're talking to someone that can't even text you back. If someone's communication is so inconsistent, I'm matching that energy and doubling it. And I'm not talking about, oh my days, he took 8 hours to respond, so I'm going to take 16. No. I'm just never going to reply. I'm just going to let the conversation die, because that's what you want, innit? Because if it was a thing of, okay, cool, like they reply, and they reply well, like they send a paragraph, they're like, oh my days, like, da 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 da, this happened today, da 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 da, right? And then they're like, oh, how was your day? If the reply looks like, oh my days, he actually doesn't want to talk to me, then cool. But I've seen your chats. I've seen the screenshots of your conversations. 5 words. His reply was 5 words. It took him 17 hours to send you 5 words. Don't even piss me off. 17 hours to send 5 words, and then you replied. The conversation's over. I'm sorry, if the conversation is not bumping, then why am I trying? Maybe I'm strict, but I go to places where I'm wanted. When I feel unwanted, I'm out. Because if it's a thing of he really wanted to talk to you, you not replying, he would message you the next day and be like, try and spark up the conversation again. He'll try to be like, you know? But if he doesn't reply, it's because he never wanted to speak to you in the first place. Keep in mind, this is your man. You should not go a day, a full 24 hours talking. And I don't want to hear it. Talking about, oh my day, that's so clingy. To hear from your man and speak to your man once a day. That's so clingy. You hate him too. And that's your sign to leave. Because if you're saying, oh my days, I don't want to hear from my man every single day, you don't like him, you should leave that relationship. Because I like to hear from my friends every single day. I enjoy it. I don't like phone calls every single day, but if they were to text me every single day, I'll be down. And sometimes I don't reply because I'm not the best with replies. But when I do reply, it's every message is being acknowledged. And then I'm even bringing up, oh, this happened today. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Or I'll bring up, oh my days, did you see what happened? You know? Because I like to talk to my friends. You don't like to talk to your man. Because you do not like your man. So I don't want to hear none of that. Oh my gosh, that's so clingy. You need to find a relationship you actually want to be in. Because whatever you're in, you hate it there. How to know if your man hates you? If he's yelling at you, he shouldn't be yelling at you. You shouldn't be yelling at him either. I'll be honest. Why are we shouting? You can argue, yeah. But shouting, you guys have crossed the line. Why are we shouting at each other? But why is he shouting at you? Why is anyone shouting? Maybe that's just me, innit? But no one can shout at me. No one has ever shouted at me. Like, has anyone ever shouted at me? I don't think so, you know. Maybe someone has tried. But I shut it down immediately. You're out of your fucking mind. If I was to get yelled at, I will lose all composure immediately. Let's put 1 and 1 together. Because the answer's supposed to be 2. And you're getting 17. We as a people have lost our way. If that man's yelling at you, he hates you. If that man is negging you, and for people that don't know, negging is a subtle insult, basically. Last time someone negged me, they got blocked. The same day. And they apologized and everything. That's how much I stand on fucking business about myself. I don't let it run. It's not gender exclusive. Every time someone's tried to like shit on me or whatever, we're not friends. I've had 2 friendships I had to immediately end because letting people that feel comfortable insulting you and it's not even a joke. It's not even in a jokey way, bro. Oh my gosh, the first one, it was a man. I had just agreed to be his friend. I had just, like a week prior or something like that. He found out that I do social media. He must have sent me something like insinuating that I'm ugly. Okay, cool. I was like, that's negging. Like my friends would never neg me. And then he was like, what's negging? Weaponized incompetence. I aired it. And then he was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what do you mean? Like, da 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 da. Aired it. Then He was like, I'm so sorry, like I didn't mean it like that, da, da, da. Like, I apologize for what I said, and da, 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 da. Right? I hope we can move past this. Reddit, blocked. Fuck you. And then a couple months later, this person, I have to say they, them, those are their pronouns. They had been trying to constantly argue with me, like randomly. It was weird. Just trying to make subtle, random arguments. But I don't argue, especially over dumb shit. I remember I brought up Squid Games. They're trying to argue over Squid Games. What is there to argue about? We're looking at a news article. Why are you trying to argue with me? There's nothing to argue about. Just edit it. And after all these arguments that they've tried to start, and I just, like, you can't argue with someone that's not arguing back. Like, I'm literally saying I'm not arguing about this. This is not that serious. I have no stakes in the game. This will not change my life. I was thinking, oh, this person's acting weird. But they've been a good friend to me in the past. So maybe they're just going through stuff. I knew they were going through stuff. But I was going through stuff as well. So it's like, okay, cool. I put up with this, like, shift in their behavior for like a month and a half. And then in, like, a space with another person, the other person said, would you want a big wedding or a small wedding? And my friend replied, oh, I want a big wedding, I would want a big da-da-da-da, what it is, right? And then I replied and I was like, a medium-sized wedding abroad, or maybe a small wedding abroad. And then my friend replies, no one would even come. Cool. I was done that day. I was finished. I confronted them though. I gave them a chance because I was in my mind. I was like, you know what? You are going through stuff. We are dealing with similar stuff. I'm just dealing with it better because you're projecting bad. You've been projecting all month, right? You've been trying to shit on me this whole time for nothing, right? But this is where you're crossing the line because you're trying to attack my self-esteem. Unprovoked. 2-3 days later, I was like, what you said did upset me. Like, I don't know why you would say that. It felt like you were trying to attack me, like trying to make me feel insecure in front of da-da-da. And they were like, oh, I wish you had said something sooner, da-da-da. I said, it's been 4 days. This is soon. And they were like, yeah, but da-da-da-da. You know when people are just trying to twist the point of the conversation. Like, you fucked up. Instead of saying sorry immediately, it's, but why didn't you say anything immediately? You should have said it immediately. When you're trying to embarrass me, you're trying to disgrace me. Big. But yeah, they, them are currently completely out of my life. But yeah, if I can have those standards for friendships, you can have that standard for your man. No one should ever disrespect you to your face and you allow it to slide. Because when you let someone slide, they begin to ice skate. You see how that person was getting on their feet, trying to skate around, trying to argue. I was airing it. I wasn't entertaining it for real. I was just like, I'm not going to argue about this. Let's talk about something else. Now they've learned how to skate. They've glid their first glide. I cut it off there. Go ice skate in somebody else's lawn. You bitch. Controlling. This one's quite obvious. You're coming to the girl then. You're like, my man said I can't go. That man hates you because he does not want you to have friends. He wants you to rely on him solely. And then when you get married, he's going to be like you're just different. Like, you're not the person you used to be. Because they've ruined your spark. They've captured your light, fumigated it. Of course, you're not the same person you used to be. That man has stepped on all your potential. Next one is mocks your interests and passions. This is very common. I feel like people that mock people's interests are jealous. Because if you were to give that person the guarantee that if they pursued their interests, they would be successful in it, they would do it. But because they don't believe in themselves enough, when they see other people having the confidence to do what they wish they were doing, it triggers them and they become a hater. That man hates you, that man does not like you. I'm not even dragging it. Because what are your interests really? He's acting like you're a furry. All you do is paint.